What is the job of a United States attorney? There are 80 of them in the United States. They represent the Department of Justice in every state of the Union. There are several in my state. It's one of the most important jobs when it comes to law enforcement, one of the most important jobs when it comes to the administration of justice. Under the Trump administration, those 80 U.S. attorneys were proposed by President Trump's administration to the Congress, to the Senate Judiciary Committee, which I chair. Of those 80 that were proposed by the Trump administration, every single one of them went forward without a hearing and without a record vote. All 80 Trump U.S. attorneys were approved. Oh, how many were delayed by the Democrats in those days? One for 1 week.
Stimulus payments going out in about 2 weeks. So in this video, I'll be sharing with you how you can receive this stimulus check money. Washington and Wall Street are also optimistic that Congress can pass a bill to fund the government and avert a partial shutdown before a Friday deadline. It was unclear, however, for how long lawmakers will try to keep the government running. Democrats have a list of priorities in the coming weeks as they try to avoid a shutdown and pass their $1.75 trillion Build Back Better bill. The congressional staff in Washington policy analysis. Analysts spoke to CNBC, and they sounded hopeful about Congress's chance to pass a temporary spending bill. And for millions of Americans, a fourth stimulus check is coming soon. These checks will not be from the federal government, however. The originators of these new checks are state governments like Illinois and California, where lawmakers have just proposed a new stimulus check in the former. Republican state lawmakers in Illinois have also proposed a new stimulus check of their own. According to one, the state residents making less than $75,000 and $400 checks for joint filers who make less than $150,000. The plan will reportedly cost the state around $1.4 billion. And the Republican representative said that he wants the state to use some of its $8 billion in relief money from the $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan for this purpose. On December 15th, the sixth and final child tax credit will also go out. That one will generally be for a few $100s per eligible child and household, and some Americans will get much more than that. Now on December 15th, the sixth and final child tax credit will go out. Child tax credit will also go out. That one will generally be for a few $100s per eligible child and household, but some Americans will get much more than that. That's because for some recipients, December stimulus payments will actually be their first child tax credit. For a variety of reasons, some people signed up late to get the child tax credit advance payment this year. So these parents are going to get one lump sum payment for the whole 6 check amount in December. This new round of payments are under the California Golden State Stimulus Initiative and will benefit millions of state residents, an estimated 9 million Californians to be exact. The taxpayers who file their state tax return by October 15th are eligible for the second Golden State Stimulus. And the state's federal crisis funds, as well as a $75.7 billion state budget surplus, are what's been funding these checks. The state has allocated $480 million to the second Golden State Stimulus effort, and the Franchise Tax Board is the agency that's sending it all out. And President Biden has also held a roundtable for the leaders of some of the nation's largest retailers. Biden said earlier that Black Friday shopping and small business Saturday sales appear to be way up from last year, and he asked guests how the federal government could continue partnering with major companies. Now, from appliance stores to food markets, supply chain disruptions are everywhere. Rising inflation is leading to price increases for food, gas, and other products, and pushing many people to choose between digging deeper into their pockets.
Thanksgiving. And it would not be possible, this is not hyperbole, without the Minnesota congressional delegation. Senator Amy Klobuchar is a leader in many issues. Her colleagues look to her on everything from lowering the cost of prescription drugs to how to get broadband for the whole country. And Senator Klobuchar and I have been friends for a while. She knows how to work across the aisle and make progress. It's a big deal. No, it really is. And not only do her colleagues call for advice, her president calls her for advice. And you know that's true. And Senator Tina Smith, she's also led on making sure that Minnesotans and all Americans get access to high-speed internet. Senator Smith is making sure that the infrastructure and Build Back Better investments are going to help fight both the causes and the effects of climate change. And Representative Angie Craig, who I'm going to get to ride home with. She's going to get an Air Force One when going back, spend a little time with her. She had a better means of transportation getting out here. I don't know what it was, but all kidding aside, we've worked, she's worked in infrastructure law. She constantly reminds us that it's places like Dakota County, and it's connecting people to jobs and opportunities. And that's why Angie has always been a champion of schools like DCTC and investments in roads and bridges and high-speed internet. And Representative Dean Phillips. Dean, where are you? Dean, from the very beginning, Dean has led getting bipartisan support to get this deal done. And you'd think this would be a slam dunk, but we did it without all but a few Republicans being able to come across and vote for it. But thank you for the work you did, Dean. I really mean it. And Betty McCollum. Betty's been fighting for a strong infrastructure package for more than a little bit of time. There you are, Betty. And but I also want to acknowledge a few other people who couldn't be here today. Your Attorney General Ellison is such a fighter for justice, and Representative Omar. Is he here? Oh, okay. I was going to say, I totally would remind us we all need to invest in our people and universal pre-care and affordable child care. Look, here's what this is all about. Rebuilding America. Getting this done. No, rebuilding in America, investing in America. That's what this is about. And we're doing it as we continue to battle the pandemic. As I told the American people yesterday, this new variant is a cause of concern, but not a cause to panic. On Thursday, I'll put forward a detailed strategy outlining how we're going to fight this COVID this winter, not with shutdowns and lockdowns, but with more widespread vaccination, boosters, testing, and much more. In the meantime, the best protection is getting fully vaccinated, getting a booster shot. I urge all Americans who haven't yet to get that done. Get it done today. We're going to keep fighting through this with every tool we have. And we're, as we did with the original virus and with the Delta virus variant. And we're also going to keep our historic economic growth moving. One of the ways we're going to do that is with the bipartisan infrastructure law that we signed into law 2 weeks ago. Over the next several weeks, I'm going to be traveling all over the country. And so will Vice President Harris and my cabinet and folks throughout our administration to show how these investments are going to change your lives, change lives for the better. Because we know that we can't just build back to what it was